Hello. As you may know, my name is Andrei Krichevsky. I'm 22 years old, I live in Haifa, and I'm not normal. I'll explain this statement by first explaining what I think a normal person is. The normal people I see around me are not very happy and they're not very healthy. They wake up early every morning when they still want to sleep, go and spend most of their day working at a job they don't really like, come back home, and if they're not too tired, spend an hour or two doing something they actually enjoy before going to sleep. And they don't seem to think there is anything wrong with this kind of life. Well, I do, and that already makes me not normal. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to sleep as much as I need, and I want to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, without worrying whether I'll have anything to eat tomorrow or in 50 years. In other words, I want to own my life. I want to be free. The first time I heard about the possibility to live like this was a few years ago when I read a book written by Robert Kiyosaki, a famous American businessman and investor. The book was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. In the book, Kiyosaki talks about financial freedom. He says that the reason some people are rich and others are not is because rich people think and consequently act differently from poor people. He also says that all rich people use the same tool to get rich, and that tool is passive income, which is basically money that you constantly get for work you did only once. This was very interesting for me to know, and it made sense, but as my dad said at the time, this was just the opinion of one guy, and even if it worked for him, it doesn't mean that it will work for me. Over time, however, I've heard about more and more writers and businessmen who said very similar or even exactly the same things. That rich and successful people think and act a very certain way, and that they all make sources of passive income. I've even noticed that I've never heard the phrase a person has success, but rather a person is successful. And that made it not an opinion, but rather a system, something that was proven as functional, something that could be replicated. A couple of years ago, I was very lucky to start practicing Wing Chun, which is a Vietnamese style of Kung Fu. It changed my life drastically for the better and taught me some amazing and unbelievable things. But one of the simplest and most important things I've learned from Kung Fu was how to learn. I found out that the most effective way to learn how to do something is to find someone who does it and ask him to tell you what to do, and then do it. Recently I got lucky again, because I got the opportunity to learn from people who have what I want, freedom. I also found a very simple system of a home-based business that allows relatively quickly and easily to make a large passive income. The reason I made this video is because I want to share this opportunity with you. If you want to have more time, money and health, if you want to be free to do whatever you want, whenever you want, without worrying about the future, if you don't want your life to depend on employers and governments who may or may not take care of you, then what you can do is simply go to my website, befree100.myplanforyou.com, fill out the form, and receive 5 short lessons of a free course that will tell you how you can own your life. Thank you for listening, and I wish you the life that you wish for yourself.